Have we missed the chance for the best buys ever? Welcome, people. Would you like to learn, have we hit the bottom of the crypto market already? Have we already, as $17,500, which was achieved mid-June, has that signaled the bottom? There are plenty of the cryptocurrency community now say we have bottomed. What previously was a community that was saying 76% were saying that the bottom is in, the bottom is not in. Have we hit the bottom? No. 76% of people said no. Now we are at 60%. People seem to have completely changed their mind. People have now started wanting to get in now. So is now the time to be getting in? Have we missed the best chance of getting in at rock bottom prices? Or are we nowhere near that yet? And people are just, they're just losing their SH. They are getting bullish because everybody else is getting bullish. The market has gone up. Everybody is starting to get excited. And it's all a load of rubbish, which is the actual reality. Well, I'm going to be sharing that with you in today's episode. My name is the Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, and I find you the 100x gems. I've been in the market for 5 years, and I am a veteran. I have seen lots and lots of crashes. I have seen lots and lots of pumps. I have been hoodwinked by the market plenty of times, and I have thought to myself things are bullish when actually it's bearish. You know, this is the experience I have picked up in all of my time in cryptocurrency, hence why it's very, very useful for you to follow me. If you love this video, make sure you smash a like on it. Make sure that you subscribe and join 112.7k thousand fantastic people. And also hit the bell notification so you don't miss lives. Now, let me just make sure I am live. You can hear me. You can hear me. So let me just share this over to the good people of Twitter so they know that I am live. And there we are. There we are, people. So, I'm going to get to your questions. Don't you worry. I am battling with the hottest day in the UK ever. Ever. Alright, for the first time ever, 40 degrees Celsius. You may deal in Fahrenheit, but in the UK we deal with Celsius. It was the hottest day ever in the UK. And of course, I choose this day to be under a ring light and in a closed room. No wonder I haven't got a scarf on today. It is boiling today. And plus, I've not been very well recently. So anyway, so. Let's start from the start. So where are we as a market at the moment? So we have eclipsed $1 trillion as a market cap. Where lately, as of mid last month, when Bitcoin hit 17.5, we were at 800 billion. So we have increased by nearly 300 billion. We have increased by nearly a third. Added on. Just like that. Okay? And the market was in a horrible state of bearishness. There was a catalogue and concoction of fantastically bearish events. 3 Arrows Capital, Celsius, Luna. And these all kind of combined to create a perfect storm of bearishness, which now we are not seeing any sign of. So people are naturally feeling that an opportunity has been missed because the price of Bitcoin has gone from 17,500 to 23,500, which is essentially a 6k increase. Ethereum has gone from under $1,000 to now $1,500 and is surging. If we actually have a look, then we can see that Ethereum-based currencies are having an incredible week. As far as the 7-day picture is concerned, Ethereum Classic's up 83%, Polygon 66%, Optimism 62%. I hope I'm not too loud, but this is to convey the excitement quite literally going on right now. So, Suppoman, as the person who has said that all-time best prices are coming, and 17,500 for Bitcoin, and the prices as they stood at that time for altcoins, that they were not the best prices to get in. And you are saying that there is an all-time best time coming. Do you still stand by that, Suppoman? Yes, I do still stand by that. Why? Because I said that there were going to be chances where the market would have big spikes. I said that this was going to happen, and it has happened. We have had the price going, we've had corrections, and we've had retracements. Okay, so look, when we went down to 17.5, we went up to 21.7. We went back down to 18.5, back up. So what we are seeing is essentially a toing and froing. We are seeing one moment is bullish, another minute is bearish. And as I have said on countless occasions, let me get rid of that. As I've said on countless occasions, this is a leverage traders market where people are shorting and longing. The leverage trading platforms are waiting for environments where people are shorting and then longing and then liquidating them, concurrently. Okay, so they liquidate when people go long, they liquidate when people go short, and they win. The house always wins. The people who are at the head of these leverage trading platforms, they also win, and all the people that follow them get wrecked. And that is what I imagine is going to be happening soon. Now, let me show you this. Okay, before I delve into why have things pumped recently, I'm going to be going into news that's bullish, news that's bearish, balancing it out so you know the clear lay of the land for the short term. But what I want to also bring to your attention is the key dates that are coming up. And is this scenario likely to happen? So there is an FOMC meeting, so a Fed meeting essentially. And this is to talk about what happened with this month's inflation. So this is the inflation for June. So June's inflation was 9.1%, which is a whole 6-7% increase on what it was in May, which was 8.6%. Now people were expecting it was going to be 8.8% as an inflation figure for June, and we eclipsed that with a 9.1%, the highest prices seen in 4 decades. Another all-time high. And so it takes us to a situation when for the Fed meeting, we could be seeing a drop either prior to, at the point of the FOMC meeting, after, or not at all. And what could dictate whether the price goes down? So what could dictate that is the Fed interest rate. Okay, so as a result of the 9.1%, there are people that are saying that because of the aggressiveness of which inflation is increasing, and there are also people that say, and I agree with this school of thought, that actually the 9.1% is a downgraded figure from what it actually is. The likelihood is it's probably well into the double figures. So anyway, because of the aggressiveness at which it has grown, that 100 basis points could be the order of play. Now, it has happened in Canada. They have already increased to 100 basis points. There is a likelihood we are going to hit 100 basis points, which is another 25% increase over the already 25% increase that was expected from last month. So last month it was expected to be 50 basis points and it was 75. This month, there is a 45% chance that there will be a 100 basis point interest rate hike. Okay, so it goes up a whole percent. However, there is news that it's more likely to be 75 basis points. Now, if it is 75 basis points, I do not expect a heavy decrease. I do expect some falling, but I don't expect for us to go in the 14k zone just yet, actually. I think if it hits 100, then it's possible we go down to where we have and possibly a little more, but I don't think that the all-time best prices are here yet. So, when I said that all-time best prices are coming for cryptocurrency, there was a likelihood that it could be this year. Because this year, we have got the FOMC meetings, we've got increased inflation, therefore increased interest rates, therefore increased FOMO and increased likelihood of all financial markets going down. And therefore, July and September could pose lower lows than we have seen so far. And those lower lows actually being 17.5. But I don't think that the all-time best prices are coming this year. I think that the all-time best prices are coming next year. So whether this happens or not for July, and whether this happens or not for September, and there is essentially going to be a summer break. So if it is 75 basis points and we fall a little bit, then the likelihood is that we may have a 2-month clear zone of bullishness before September and some increased rate bringing fear back into the market and everybody wanting to sell off. But the likelihood is that the recession is where we are going to see the damage. Okay, I think we are at the very early stages of a bear market still. You know, considering where we have fallen down from, we have fallen down a lot. But in terms of dates, we are miles away from any sort of bull market. A bull market, I don't think, is going to be coming until 2024. As a result of that, we have got over 2 years of a bear market, or around about 2 years of a bear market. In which case, I think the worst period in that bear market is going to be when we enter into a recession. And then I think that there is going to be a lot of drama that comes as a result of the recession, which is going to be increased unemployment, increased poor revenue for the big blue chip companies. There's going to be increased selling from the masses because they're suddenly going to realize they're newly invested into crypto. When I say newly, I kind of mean maybe end of the last bear market, end of the last bull market, beginning of this bear market, kind of newly invested for the long term, realized, well, maybe they lose their job or whatever, but times are not good. And as a result of that, they sell. And then those masses bring the damage during a recession down. And then the longer we stay in a recession, the more that we are closer to the end of a recession. But at the beginning of the recession, I believe this is going to be where the damage is done, because that is the major bearish event that we are going to be expecting. And I don't for 1 minute think that has been baked into the price. What has been baked into the price thus far is a lot of unwinding of crypto-specific events, but not the macro picture, the wider macro picture of famine, of job losses, of economic hardship, of war, of more quantitative tightening, particularly with what's going to be happening with the stimulus happening at the end of this year. I think that's going to increase the chances of more inflation and therefore higher interest rates in 2023. So I think that the landscape is actually looking very dire for 2023. But I think that as far as 2022 is concerned, that I don't necessarily think we are going to be seeing the all-time best prices happening now. But I don't necessarily think that I don't think that we're going to necessarily go up from here until 2023. I think we are going to have peaks and troughs and sideways movement and consolidation and accumulation, and we're going to have drops and we're going to have more drama. There's going to be all sorts of things that's going to be happening. Okay, so what is the state of play at the moment? So what has caused for Ethereum, particularly Ethereum, my God, right? Ethereum assets have absolutely shot up, and the reason why is because of certainty around the Ethereum merge date. So if you've been in cryptocurrency as long as I have, you've seen Cardano, you've seen Ethereum, you've seen all of their milestones. You've seen milestones in general in cryptocurrency where people say, oh, yeah, where dev teams say, oh, we're going to be looking to, upgrade to this on this day, etc. And typically 9 times out of 10, it doesn't actually happen on the date that they say it's going to happen. But for this Ethereum merge, there is a actual hard date that has been proposed, which is September the 19th. And because of that excitement, it has led to a rallying of Ethereum. So Ethereum has gone from $1,000 to $1,500, which is pretty insane. And as a result of that, given that we are now 2 months away from an Ethereum merge, do I think that Ethereum is going to go down to 800, 600, 300? Well, I don't know. I think that the merge date has actually pushed Ethereum a little bit higher. That it will take a much harder effort now to bring this down to about $300. So I'm not quite sure if that is going to be achieved. But I am waiting. I am not buying Ethereum anywhere near this zone. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that the Ethereum date for the merge has caused for Ethereum assets to shoot up. Similarly, Polygon has gone up massive. And the reason why Polygon has gone up massive is because they are partnering up with Disney for an accelerator program. And this news is massive for Polygon, because Polygon already is a powerhouse in cryptocurrency, and a name like Disney is gold dust at times like this, because it's a major corporation, everybody knows about it, partnering up with one of our darlings, which is Polygon. And this has caused for Polygon to shoot up at the same time as crypto has been in a bullish wave this week, which doesn't seem to be slowing down anyway. Ethereum Classic has gone up nearly double. And the reason why this has gone up is simply because of its origins. So Ethereum Classic is essentially the very original version of Ethereum, a little bit like Luna Classic. And now you've got the Luna token, which is Luna 2.0. Ethereum here is essentially Ethereum 2.0, and this is Ethereum 1.0. And this stays as a proof of work cryptocurrency. And as a result of that, because mining power is no longer going to be required for Ethereum, it's going to potentially move over to Ethereum Classic. And so Ethereum Classic is going to be the proof of work play in cryptocurrency. So therefore, Ethereum Classic has gone up. This was a play I definitely saw coming. I just didn't think it would come quite so quick. But I did think that this was definitely on the cards. So, we have talked about the inflation. We have talked about Canada. And they have increased to 100 basis points. And this sets a standard. You never know. It could happen for the US. People did not think it was going to go to 75 basis points for when it was announced last month. And when it did, it took the market by surprise. So it's kind of 55%, 75, 45%, 100 basis points. And those are the likelihoods. But the likelihood is that we are likely to see that a recession is going to come either last part of this year or beginning part of next year, and it's going to basically tip the whole world into a recession. So this particular headline, I think, sums it all up. The US's selfish war on inflation will tip the world into recession. Now, another big event, which is not actually factored in here, because we've got the FOMC meeting in July and the FOMC meeting in September, is this. Okay, is this Mount Gox? Let me just make sure that you guys are seeing me. How are you coping in this heat? 40 degrees in Kent. Let me just have a look, Angie, at what the weather is right now here where I am. Okay, so it's gone down a bit. It's 26 degrees right now, but it was 38 degrees earlier. So I'm definitely feeling the heat right now, like pretty badly. As you could probably see, I am sweating. Anyway, yeah. So this is a major news item that is likely to have some form of effect on Bitcoin. And that is this $3 billion worth of Mt. Gox Bitcoin, which is going to be released to creditors in August. Okay, and it's been locked up for 7 years. Now, there are people... There were a lot of deals made with the Mt. Gox Bitcoin, where essentially it was bought off of people who had bought Bitcoin off Mt. Gox. And these funds came in and offered to buy the Bitcoin or rights to that Bitcoin at a discounted rate with the person who had bought Bitcoin on Mt. Gox. Okay, so what you're not going to be getting is you're not going to be getting a ton of people who bought Bitcoin at $200 that are now going to be, oh wow, Bitcoin has gone up, wait a minute, 2020, 100x. Bitcoin's gone up 100x from when I bought it. Hey, I'm going to sell it off. No, they have actually, did actually sell to funds, sold their Bitcoin off. So it is not likely to be a free-for-all massive sell-off where 3 billion of Bitcoin is essentially going to get dumped in August. Okay, 137,000 Bitcoin. But I do think that there is likely to be a sell-off either way, just not maybe as large as what is built by this $3 billion worth of Mt. Gox Bitcoin. So what I believe is likely to happen is that people are going to be given their Bitcoins, right? Bitcoin that is worth 100x more than it was worth at the time of actual purchasing. So if the market is likely to go into a recession, why would you keep it at, let's say, a price of today? So let's say in August, the price is reflecting what today's price of Bitcoin is, which is 23,500. If there are people, and there is, it's kind of saying that the community is kind of 50-50 as far as influencers who say that we have bottomed and influencers that say we haven't bottomed. Okay, so it's kind of 50-50, I would say. I would say that the market is 65% we have not bottomed and 35% we have bottomed. But influencer-wise, it's 50-50. Okay, you've got reputable people either side saying that we've probably bottomed or that we haven't bottomed. But the likelihood is that when we hit a recession, those in the know will know that, let's say the price is 23,000 at the time that they get their Bitcoin, they are going to know they are more than likely going to be able to get 2 Bitcoins for selling it for 23,000. As a result of that, I imagine there are going to be some clever people that are going to actually be selling their Mt. Gox Bitcoin. They are going to actually be selling it. I don't think it's going to be a large amount, but I do think it's going to be a sizable amount, and certainly enough to put fear back into the market and enable for prices to go down kind of from August. Okay, so I do think this is a threat looming, and this is going to lead to further downside. Another thing that you've got to look at strategically is that this short Bitcoin ETF that was granted the end of June after we'd already hit 17.5. So after we'd already hit 17.5, this short Bitcoin ETF was approved. And the reason why it was approved is because from institutional powers that be, they believe that Bitcoin has got way more downside to come. And this short Bitcoin ETF is to satisfy that demand. And so therefore, this short Bitcoin ETF, which nobody is talking about, is a big factor as to why I am not convinced we are anywhere near a bottom at all, because I think that these fluctuations that we've got in prices are pure child's play. It is pure market manipulation. It is the market playing games on people to make them think that the bulls have returned, I've got a DCA now, I've got to buy now. And as a result of that, people do buy. They get wrecked because of this short Bitcoin ETF that gives institutional and wealthy clients a chance to make serious money shorting Bitcoin because of the wild fluctuation. And this has only been in existence for 1 month. The SEC has not approved a spot ETF, which is much safer really, because they think the demand is much better for a short Bitcoin ETF. They also probably think that Bitcoin is going to be going down too. Therefore, they want it to go down, thus making instruments like the short Bitcoin ETF exist. So, despite how the market looks today, which it does look incredible, let's have a look at my bear market hit list. It does look incredible. Look, Sol was under was about $30 a couple of weeks ago. Now look at it. It's like $45. Near was $3.19. Decentraland was like 78 cents. The Sandbox 78 cents. Mina was in the 50s. Cadena was like 140. Moonbeam was like 57, 56. And now they're shooting up. Right? So yes, people are buying right now. People are either DCAing, doing their monthly DCAing, or they are buying because they think that actually we're beginning to surge. We're beginning to surge. Don't want to miss out on it. No. You buy on the lows. This is my personal opinion. It's not financial advice. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you what you should do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Okay? So I have been in this market for years, essentially. I am a relative veteran. And let me just show you something, okay? So I remember back in 2018, okay? So 2018 was my first ever experience of a bear market, and it took me by surprise, and I spent most of the year saying, we're going to have it, it's going to be bullish, it's going to be bullish. I basically am like a lot of the people that are pivoting right now. I'm basically like a lot of the people that right now are like, it's bottomed. We're never going to see 17.5 again. Yeah, I was like that in 2018. Like, we went down to 6,000. I was like, and then we went down to 6,000, or 5,000 in June 2018, and we soared up to like 9,000. I was one of those people saying, we're back. The bulls are back. The bull market's back. We've had our bearishness. It's done and dusted. We fell, massively. We're done with the drama. We're done with the sell-off. We're gonna be in a bull market from now on. I remember it. You probably remember it if you've been following me long enough. But look what happened. All right. Essentially, what happened is that I was wrong. A lot of people got suckered here. Look, the market went down here. People got suckered here at 12k and had to wait essentially 2 years to break even again. All right. People were buy the dip. And it's like, look, it's like buy the dip and there's another strong dip. So as far as I'm concerned, what I'm not going to do this time, I'm not going to buy dips. I'm not going to buy here and then here and then here. I'm going to just wait. I'm going to wait until a point where I feel the majority of the damage is done. And where all of the negative, the really negative narratives of the recession and the macro environment all coagulate to create a real true bottoming event like what happened here. And this took a year from the Bitcoin top. It took a year to hit a Bitcoin bottom. Now, given that the Bitcoin top was in November of 2021, then I would not expect for there to be any sort of bottom for at least a year after the event. And this is not a bear market. What we are in right now is not like a bear market like we were in 2018 or like we were in 2015. We are not in that kind of bear market anymore. We are not in a bear market that is a crypto-only cycle. We are in a bear market which is a macro cycle. We'd already topped as a Bitcoin as a crypto asset class. We'd already topped, and we are having a double bottom. Basically, we are having a double bearish bottom where we are having a crypto specific bear market in conjunction with a macro specific bear market at the same time, a recession which Bitcoin has never ever seen before. And there is an element of truth that I've not seen it, you've not seen it, no one has ever seen Bitcoin in a recession before, so no one can really say what's going to happen. But all I can say is that Bitcoin is not as strong as financial indexes that have been around for many decades, like the Dow Jones, like the FTSE, the Nasdaq, the Hang Seng, the Standard & Poor. They have not been. The crypto market is not as mature as any of those financial markets, and yet they are going to go down. They are going to bottom. They have not bottomed yet. They are going to bottom. And if they bottom, Bitcoin is going to bottom twice as hard. And if Bitcoin bottoms twice as hard, then altcoins are going to bottom 5 times as hard. So I'm waiting for that. So that is why I am not buying yet. I have not bought, other than what we've got here. So these are my buys. So you can see that I did buy, so I did do some dollar cost averaging when my first ever buy price was achieved. Okay, so I said I wanted to buy near between $3 and $4. I did. I wanted to buy Sand at about 80 cents. I did. I wanted to buy Optimism at this price. Glimmer, I bought too high, so now I have to wait until it goes to around about 40 cents. Gala, Ocean, etc., etc. Okay, so I have done some buying, and yes, some of these prices are incredible, like the Sandbox at 79.9 cents. You know, now it's 2x from that, virtually. Yeah, I'm happy with that, but, you know, if this was the bottom, and I put in 100k from this, on that price, I would not be happy. So bottom line is that I am not happy to buy at these prices. So it's not, you know, so people will say, oh, Suppoman, the bottom may already have been hit, okay? The bottom may have been hit, all right? On one scenario, one hypothetical scenario, the bottom could have been hit. You know, best case scenario, for those who are bullish, best case scenario is the bottom has been hit. If the bottom was 17,500, that's not good enough to me. If the bottom of Ethereum was 1,000, that's not good enough to me. You know, Ethereum, I think, has a ceiling of about $20,000 in the next 4 years, in my opinion. A ceiling of $20,000. 20x is rubbish to me. You know, 20x is okay, fine. 100k to 2 million, it's not that bad. I can make that on a micro cap. Yeah, I can make that getting into a nice pre-sale cryptocurrency, like I got into Matic. I can make it on a nice pre-sale cryptocurrency. It's got all the fundamentals. Why would I spend 100k on a cryptocurrency that's going to go up 20x? It's just pointless to me. So if Sandbox's bottom was 79.9, it's rubbish to me. It's not good to me. If Solana's bottom was $30, that's rubbish to me. It's not good enough. Okay, so, you know, it's not necessarily a case of I want to be right. It's more of a case that I want to buy at prices where it would actually be highly profitable buying into a blue chip than buying into pre-sales. Because I've got a lot of disposable stable coins, which I could quite happily put into a micro cap in a bull market, see it go 100x, there I go. I've got my 100x from 100k. Why bother putting 100k into a blue chip and make 20x or less? No, there's no point to me. But there is a point if, you know, Moonbeam goes down to 25 cents, Mina goes down to similar, Cadena goes down to 50 cents, Sandbox goes down to 30 cents. There's more upside there, to me, than it opens up a whole 2x on the 20x. So if Ethereum was to go down to $600, that essentially opens up a hell of a lot more multipliers getting in from that point and selling it at 20k, or just hodling it for multiple and just constantly just having it as a long-term investment. But 20k is rubbish to me, so I'm just not interested in that. I am not interested in that. How I have made money in cryptocurrency is doing what I did with Ethos, like putting big amounts into small cryptocurrencies that have got fundamentals, shoot up, I make the money, and then there we are, riches are made again. But to me, there's no point in putting 100k into Solana at this price. So, you know, so somebody says to me, Suppo, are you buying now? The price may have bottomed. You know, buying at 46 instead of 30 is better than buying at 100, which Solana will get to eventually. So you may as well buy now. No. As far as I'm concerned, it either achieves my targets, so the targets that I've stipulated on Twitter, I may or may not be able to find them now, depends on how far down I've put them. But I will only go into the coins at the target prices that I have specified I will go into, because to me, that justifies the profits, and that justifies putting my money in, that justifies the opportunity cost of not investing in a micro cap and instead putting it into a blue chip. That is going to make it worth it. Where the hell is it? Might be, I think I'm getting close to it now. $14th. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, so these prices here, near 1 to 150, mover $3 to $5, Gala 1.5 to 2 cents. Like, I'm happy to wait for these, and if they don't happen, I will quite happily redistribute my stables into a micro cap. You know, one that's got good solid fundamental investors, and there we are. That's what I will do. That's what I will do. Yeah. So to me, it makes no sense at all to buy either at current prices or the bottoms that we saw at mid last month. Have I got anything else? But there's going to be just so many more bearish. There's going to be so many more bearish narratives. Okay, and crypto specific ones. Look, we got OpenSea. They are making job losses, and the hash power behind Bitcoin at the moment is nearly at an all-time low. Okay, so the lowest point in recent years is this on June 17th, which was 162.3 million terahashes. And then literally a few days ago, it was 160. So it was a lower hash rate. So the hash rate, I think, is going to essentially lead to a minor capitulation, because it's not going to be profitable. It's not going to be profitable. And prices are relatively good right now. The price of Bitcoin being 23.5 is a good and a bad thing, because it's much higher than it was a month ago. And therefore, if miners decide to capitulate at a time like this, then it's going to lead to then the price going up to this high just puts it at risk of a sell-off. So I do foresee more falling to occur. But what I'm trying to say is essentially that back in 2018 and in a bear market, is that you have your surges, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have your surges, and you are blinded by them, and you think, oh, it's the end of the bearishness, we've bottomed. And then you realise that you just you keep on buying dips and then dips and then dips and then dips, and not buying the ultimate dip. When it comes to the ultimate dip, you haven't got enough capital. So therefore, my strategy, is to wait for this kind of period to occur, which I don't think has happened yet because we haven't had a recession yet. I'm going to wait for that to occur, and then I'm going to invest when things are cheap as chips. I'm happy to make that risk. I'm happy to take that risk. So, and I'm quite happy to wait as well. I am not getting any FOMO at the moment. I'm not getting the FOMO. A lot of people I see in comments are saying, "Oh, I'm tempted to buy. I'm seeing prices go up. I was gonna buy last night. I'm that tempted," and I'm not falling for it. Because I fell for it before and ended up looking like an idiot. And, and ended up making a massive amount of losses. And I've played it a lot better this time. Yeah, I didn't sell at the top. But I have sold incrementally over time. And, you could sell at the top. You could sell at the top, buy now, and have a good profit from doing so. Like, you have got way more swing trading, selling at the actual top. Some people say they did. I'm not convinced. But some people say they sold at the top. Some people say, oh, I was saying. No, nobody was saying it. Everybody was saying it's going to go to 100k. Like, virtually nobody was saying a bear market was coming. I was watching virtually everyone just to see what the sentiment on the ground was. And everybody was saying it was going to be 100k. Nobody was saying it was a bear market. But anyway, people who did sell at the top and buy now, fine, they make a good profit, but it's almost just as good to sell at 40k instead of selling at 70k, and to wait for Bitcoin to go down to 10k, 12, 14, 12, 10, don't know where that bottom would be, but if you waited to go down to 10k, you almost are timing the bottom just as well as somebody who bought at 70k and then is buying now. All right, so, and there are people doing it. I'm seeing it. I'm not going to name names, but I'm seeing influencers saying it. And I'm waiting. I've got the patience to wait. I don't care for trading. I don't care for leverage trading. I don't care about these pumps. Yeah, they're good. It's good to see my portfolio up today. It's good to see sizable increases. But I don't care a huge amount. Like, what I massively care about is getting in right and all-time best prices and selling at the next top or near the next top. You know? So there we are. And I think that if one was to buy at the prices that I think we are going to hit... Oh, I've gone off it again. But if we get down to prices that I think are going to hit, and the asset goes back to its all-time high, it's a decent profit. A very decent profit. You know, Mover getting at $3. His all-time high was $500. Fantastic profit. So I'm happy to wait. I'm prepared to wait. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. You know, with crypto, the fantastic thing about crypto is it's always another trade. Always. Right, okay. Let's take some questions. So I think that I have covered it I think I've covered things quite well. Right, let's say hi to you guys. So Soldier USAF, Severns, Powell, Daniel Buddy, Yasser, Wanye West. That name always makes me laugh. Can a startup Roald, Abdi Aiden, Cryptonymous, Stephen Yen or Stephen Nen, Lindsay, Cryptonymous, said that. Glenbert, Patrick, Sando TV, A-Man, Danish Richard Hart Maximalist, Yeldar Lumius, Junebug Smith. Right, let's see some of your... Where is your AC? My AC does not work. I was up till 4 a.m. last night trying to get my AC unit to work, and it's just died. On literally the worst day of the month, the worst day of all of British summer all of British weather history. The worst day for it to happen. And of course, I can't have a fan on because it will just ruin the the audio quality. Those who pick bottoms get... Just disgusting. How are we doing for likes? By the way, 515 awesome people watching right now. You guys are legends. So, if we could quite literally just commemorate your appearance here, your attendance here, by smashing on the like button. It's essentially like, yes, miss, I'm here. Okay, so, yes, miss, smash that like. Watch it animate in front of you. Jobs are good 'un. The worst is over for stocks before it's the rest of the economy. The worst is over for stocks before it's over for the rest of the economy. I don't know. I'm too hot to actually process that question. 1 week pump and FOMO all over again. Cycle indicates 2. Yeah, exactly. 2 year bear still. Like we're deep in, but we're not fully entrenched in a bear market situation just yet. You know, we have got from here till here at least. You know, and the recession could go on for 3 years. Who knows? 3 years, who knows? Could go past this, right? So are you telling me that miles away, 2 years away from the next actual potential bullish situation, we have already bottomed when war isn't over yet? They're probably one particular war has not even potentially started yet, China-based war. Quantitative tightening hasn't fully been priced into the market yet, and it's not actually fully done the damage yet. We have not seen the recession damage yet. We're miles away from it. So you tell me we've already bottomed? It makes zero sense to think that we've bottomed. It's essentially, the thing is, right, and this is what I've got sympathy, or should I say empathy towards, is that in cryptocurrency, it's very much a things happen fast industry. You know, a day in cryptocurrency is like a week anywhere else, and a year in cryptocurrency is like a lifetime anywhere else, right? So people would think that we've had such an incredibly big percentage drop that people are thinking, because of this what's the word, instant gratification element of the market, people are like, the major move must have already happened. Because people cannot wait. People need to be constantly buying or having activity in this market to feel a sense of, fulfillment. Because this market moves so quick, it rewards people, quite easily. And so people get itchy fingers. They cannot wait in cryptocurrency. This is what I have learned. What I have learned in many years in cryptocurrency is people cannot wait, and they are quick to jump on things and say it's a bottom or it's a top, or we're having a major bull rally now to 30k, Ethereum's going to go up to 2k, or whatever, yada, yada, yada. People are so quick to jump on it because of the instant gratification nature of cryptocurrency. But if you just wait, honestly, you will be rewarded. In my opinion, I believe you will be rewarded. Because it's not just purely news of a recession. This is what people say. People are like, oh, we're probably already in a recession. Oh, a recession's baked into the price. No, it's not, right? Okay, so a recession is not an event in itself. It is the catastrophe caused by it. People out of jobs, homelessness, bankruptcy, people selling. I mean, recessions are bad news. And, some people in well-off countries or middle-class people, they don't necessarily feel the downside of a recession. But poor people really do. And that is where the big damage will be done. And people are just ignorant of it, and they just look at themselves and self-reflect and self-magnify their own feelings across this recession and think, oh, it's not going to be so bad. But think about the people that have not got it well off. People that are just about making ends meet now. People that can just about afford things now. If a recession comes, they're fucked. And it's not just that. It's also, the famine situation. People are going to starve next year. The damage is going to be so big, and people are just so ignorant of it. And that is what I think is the danger in between now and then. And thinking that it's bottom now, I just think it just lacks any real logic. But anyway, that's my personal opinion. Obs. How long have I been on? Don't want to be on too long. 46 minutes. That's pretty good. Dude, I'm buying you Imagine in the bull market. Thank you for all your videos, mate. Thank you very much. Top Vlogs. Love the confidence in your money-making abilities in the bull market. Ireland, hot, roosted like a chicken. Yeah, my God, Mustasai. It is really warm right now. Oh, flip, it's raining heavy. It's not raining heavy here. I wish it was. Hola, Suppo from Spain. Love you, mate. Thank you, Crypto Casino. Okay, so there are some super chats. Suppo, what do you think of Satoshi Island? Not a lot, if I'm honest with you. I think it's a good project, but probably going to be a good project, but I'm not interested in it. Hello, Suppo. If you would have one choice, eGold or Moonbeam? That is tough. That's tough. That's tough because Moonbeam I see as a higher risk, but a much better reward and safe relatively. I think Polkadot is going to have an Ethereum. So Polkadot is going to have a wave, I think, at some point. And, hold on. You can't even see the Bitcoin price, I've just noticed. So let me just move that up. Yeah, Polkadot's going to have a wave. Moonbeam's going to get taken up with it. Elrond, I love a lot. I have to admit, I was slightly put off by the fact they had a hack. But they are still, as far as fundamentals are concerned, exceptional. So if I had one choice, it'd be Moonbeam. It'd be Moonbeam. Yeah, it wasn't actually as hard as I made it out to be. Let's put the all-time high index on here, whilst I check out any more questions. What would be a good entry price for Stratos? It's all recession and Bitcoin price dependent. Stratos at this point is about what, 24 cents or something. Let's have a gand. 30 cents, Jesus. Okay, so Stratos is 30 cents. That is top draw. So anyway, if Stratos is 30 cents, I would expect this to go down 5x at least over the course of time. Probably more than that. In which case, you'd probably be about 7 cents, I would say. 6, 7 cents. That would be pretty good. On the assumption Stratos makes it, I'm sure it will. DJ Marky Rush, fake rally. Yeah, I mean, it's boredom in the market. Give it up, Suppo. We have already bottomed. I don't think we have. But look, if you think we have, make your decisions based on it. Okay, so like many have said, no one really knows. I don't know. Yeah, RJ Rajendran doesn't know. Raul Pal doesn't know. Steve Courtney from Crypto University doesn't know. No one knows. Okay, we just have to use our experience. Their experience is using technical indicators and various complications, I guess, in order to come up with a scenario. Mine's more simplistic. Mine is based on a momentum basis. And so mine is kind of with a view of technicals, but really with a view of the wider picture and previous trends and factoring in a new kind of bearish market environment we've never seen before, which is a recession. And it makes logical sense that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I don't think we've seen it bad. But, you've got to make decisions based on your own. I'm happy if Bitcoin never goes to 12K. I'm not buying any Bitcoin anyway. I couldn't care less. Bitcoin is barometer for me. Bitcoin, if it goes to 12K, that's me getting into altcoins, get into alts. Because if Bitcoin's gone down to 12K, alts have shot down even more. So therefore, better opportunities. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Look, in crypto, there's always another train. I got into Matic at the latter part of the bear market in 2018. I got into it. It did 1000x. That is all I need to do every few years. I just need 1000x. I'm fine. But I'm greedy and I want more. I want to have like 5 or 6 coins that have the potential to do that. But what I'm trying to say is there's always another train in crypto. All right, if Solana goes, so what? There's another one to come. All right, there'll be potentially another Matic or another another Cadena, another Sandbox. There's going to be potentially a few of these, and you don't need for it to go from microcap to top 10 to be rich. You just need it to go from microcap to low mid cap, and you've already made 100x. So in a lot of instances, you don't need major 100x. You don't need to get into a blue chip and all that stuff. You only need a small coin to kind of go into a mid cap, and you're fine. Like as far as Ethos is concerned, like that hit that I bought at a micro cap, bought at about $250,000 market cap, and it went up to 250 million. I want to say, may have been a bit more than that, and I made enough to retire on. So you just need one coin, but so I don't care if it has bottomed or it hasn't bottomed. I don't care. But if it does bottom, then it means I can get into good price. It means I can get into good cryptos, good prices. How come I didn't get a live alert when you started, my man? I don't know. I think that YouTube are just very selective on who they let know. I don't know. But thank you for turning up, Sammy. Cuz craziness. I'm only listening to you, Suppo. You're my only saviour. I've lost too much, and you're one of the 2 or 3 real honest guys who help with no greed. Well done. Well done to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Suppo, have you considered making an NFT project that actually delivers and has utility? I have considered it. Just like I considered bringing out a coin, but then subsequently I decided against the idea because I just don't want the hassle of it. Let's say, for instance, I did a NFT project. People spent like half an Ethereum or something buying the thing. And then they're like, Suppo, what's the roadmap? How are we going to get a profit on our... I don't want to have the responsibility of delivering on other people. I don't want to have that responsibility. It's not my skill set. So as a result of that, I don't do it because I don't want to be tied to a project that I want to leave. Like if you look at a lot of the crypto influencers that have done projects, I bet most of them wish they hadn't. Wish they hadn't. You know, I know of two particular influencers that have made a shitload of money. So so to them, they probably think, oh, you know, it was worth it, right? They're tied to an NFT project and a crypto project, and they're quite happy to stay with it because they have made millions from it. But I am not greedy. I wouldn't want to make millions, but millions would be the only justification as to why I would want to keep delivering on a project that's my own. So therefore, it doesn't work. All right. So therefore, I don't do it. Long answer, but that I think sums it up. Suppo, make the watch list public. It is public. So look, if I put, look, it says public there, so it means that it is public. So let me just copy, add this over to Ziochet. You are a man of integrity. That's why I love you. You need that headache. Thank you very much, Sammy. EVDC electric car charging related company, please. No, that doesn't. That's a load of bullshit. Hi, Suppo. Can you compare a star with Moonbeam? You can't really because a star. Let's have a look at a star. Yeah, this is just on a random day. Let's have a look and see how a star performs against Moonbeam. Okay, so there's no real bullishness on either side. 7%. Oh wait, hold on. That's not what I was meant to look at. 11 million. 168 market cap. So that is 10 to 16 to 1. Right, now let's have a look at Moonbeam. Look at that. Like that is... So a star is 16 to 1 ratio to market cap. All right. And volume for Moonbeam is more like 6? No. My math is shocking. Probably about a 7 or so. 7 to 1 ratio. Right? And it's 38. That's high. All right. So to me, this says to me that this has more whale buy-in. This has more money flow. And therefore is a stronger asset. Okay. It's a stronger asset. So if we look at the sandbox right now. The sandbox, this is tremendous. The sandbox, Decentraland. So there are people that say, oh, sandbox is shit, Decentraland is shit. As graphically particularly, right? However, they have very strong money flow. Incredibly strong. This is 4 to 1. And sandbox is 2 to 1. They're incredibly strong money flow. What that means is that during a bear market, is money doesn't disappear necessarily from the market, is that money is redistributed into strong assets. And the assets that have huge money flow are ones that are very, very strong in a bear market that doesn't necessarily drop as much as other cryptocurrencies do. Moonbeam will not drop as much as a star, because it's got much stronger money flow. And similarly, Decentraland and Sandbox will not drop dramatically because they've got tremendous money flow because the money is redistributed into good projects. Suppoman, I need to rewatch your Funny Retirement course on Udemy. Now I know what I know. And in fact, I need to actually update that as well. We need BitSims. Yeah, well, never mind. BitSims could have just come out as an app, but... Yeah, Moonbeam is in 3AC. Yes, exactly. I mean, this is a reason why I'm hoping that it can achieve its 25 cents valuation. Well, I'm going to make a move in literally 5 minutes. So if you've got any questions or you want to have me to look at something dedicated wise, and put it in a super chat. Super, can you go over the exact targets to buy? I think I just did, but I'll just bring it up for you. Here are my targets for the various assets I'm looking at. What do you think of BitOwl? Worth it or not? No shit. It's a shit coin. Like, if bear markets should tell you anything, it's to invest only in cryptocurrencies likely to be strong. Come on! I knew this was a shitcoin before even looking at it, but look. Are you seriously asking me if this is worth it? I've spent more today on my bills than this project has actually, gained in volume. Like, it's pathetic. Anyway. What's your Twitter link? It's @MichaelSuppo. That's my name. Quick Swap and Trader Joe. Yeah, they're good. Check out Aptos Labs. Yeah, I think I've seen this before. There was one actually. What's it called? Is it called? Is it called? Is it like that? This one I think is a very strong one. This one has FTXs, and I think has Facebook as well as investors. But Aptos, I did look at Aptos. There's not a lot to see on this page at all. But they're followed by Sam Bankman-Fried. Yeah, okay, so it looks okay. It looks alright. I'm not interested in any crypto that I can't actually get in on. So if this already had a seed stage... if this already had a seed stage or a pre-sale stage, I don't really care for it. Can you hear that, Suppo? It's the stud alert alarm. You are funny. What's your view on Reef? Don't care for it. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, hold on. Carlos, what's your view on Hex? I hold it. But, yeah, look. Hex has got a lot of hype. It's got a Hexagon group, etc. As far as I'm concerned, the better play is Pulse Chain. So I'm waiting for Pulse Chain. Hex is okay. I think Hex really grew because of Pulse X and Pulse Chain. And if Richard Hart has any other, platforms he wants to fund, like I think he said he was going to make a MetaMask clone or something, then you'll probably be able to get into it via Hex. And Hex will probably go up as a result of that. But and it's DeFi. It's not had downtime, etc., etc. I won't argue against Richard Hart. I like the guy. Do I care much for the platform? It made me 100x, so I can't say I hate Hex. But is there better? Yes, in my opinion. Anyway, so somebody asked, what's your view of Reef? I don't care for Reef, and I'll tell you why I don't care for Reef. The reason why is because I have only a certain amount of love to give, right? I want to have, in my portfolio, a range of cryptocurrencies that I can keep track of, that I actually care about on a fundamental level. I love the vision. I like and I am... I don't know. I have like synergies with the VCs that have invested in that particular project and all that. Like that. Like I have room for favorites. Okay, and these are my favorites. Well, not all of these. Like Telos isn't a favorite. But I mean these particularly are like my favorites, and these are all I care about. So therefore, that's all I'm going to concentrate on. And I've got no room for anything else. My family's big enough. How many kids can one have before they can't love each kid equally? So therefore, I want to have a small... That sounded dodgy. I meant sons or daughters. Anyway, but yeah, you can't have a lot of room for tons and tons of things. Reef is fine. Blah, blah, blah. It's been around a while. I couldn't give a shit about it. Okay? I couldn't care less for it. So, it's probably good. It's got a 4-to-1 ratio. It's pretty strong. It's not very strong. It's pretty strong. I don't care for it, though. I couldn't give a rat's ass about it. And if it went up 1,000x, I wouldn't give a shit either. YouTube's been missing you. Are you bearish short term? I'm bearish, yeah. Bearish, ultimately. You know, I see all these pumps as fake. They're fake. Right, okay, I've been on an hour and 5 minutes now, so I better make a move. Upbeat 2, good to see you. Please view on Cake and Matic. Matic I think's great, but I wouldn't buy Matic at current prices. I'd wait for it to go down to like 20 cents or something. And Cake, I couldn't care less about Cake. Cake's shit to me. Like, Dexes are rubbish to me. I'm not interested in Dexes. The only one in Dex I actually hold, and I only hold it because I was airdropped here, is Uniswap. The Blues that launchpad will survive in your opinion? We'll have to wait and see. Right, okay, so, if we could, quite literally, if we get up to 330 likes, I'll stay on another 5 more minutes. So, we got 540 people into Else. If you could quite literally just smash that like, I would be so happy. 50 likes, I'll stay on another 5 minutes and answer any more of your questions. Opinion on Oasis, don't care for it at all. Again, it's another one of those. It had obviously its growth period. I'm not interested in a coin of this size. I'm not interested in it. Pile of shit. Cargox, no. CargoX is it's a bill of lading. You know. Supply chain management project. There's a pile of utter shit. Let's have a look and see how much CargoX has got in. I haven't looked at it in probably a year. What are people doing? Like, who is spending their money on this fucking crap? Like, I hate to be so abusive, but this is the problem in cryptocurrency. Like, there's 20,000 flipping cryptocurrencies, and you choose this. Like, who would do that? Like, answer me. E-Box, another one that was like last year. No one gives a rat's ass about. Let's have a look and see what this is. 1,000. Like, what dumbass would spend their money on this? Makes no sense at all. Yeah, anyway, so you're legit. Thank you very much. John James Power. What do you think of ICP? You know what? I've tried to wrap my head around it, and I just kind of just don't get it. I don't understand why somebody would go into this at this price. I don't understand. Like, this should have 500 million in volume if it's highly traded. If it's a strong asset, it should have much better volume. It doesn't. So to me, it says to me it's not a very strong bear market asset. People that believe in the project, yeah, but people are misplaced beliefs. Like, it's just like it. Like, I try and save. I'm not trying to be like Richard Hart, where he's like, I save people. I try to save you from Celsius and all that stuff. But I just want people to apply some brains. Like, you shouldn't invest in something where your belief, but the ability to make money are at odds. You need to believe in something that can make you money. Like, I love the Sandbox and Decentraland. They're like the Bitcoin and Ethereum of Metaverse. I love Metaverse. I'm a gamer. I love virtual reality. I love it. Fundamentally, they're very strong. Great founders. Great backers. But they also make me money. These are both 2x. No, Sandbox is 2x since I got into it. Like, you've got to do it so that your beliefs and what you like are married with the ability to make money. That is the absolute, utopian scenario. Like Moonbeam, I flipping love that coin because I know it will make me money and I love it and I love what it does, which is a lot different to what other... Like, it's like a very early stage quant is Moonbeam, but better. So, and it can make me money and I'm passionate about it. That is when you believe in something, not some dog shit that has the volume that of like a single poor person probably invested like $1,000. Like if a cryptocurrency is $1,000 in volume and you're investing in it, you're taking too big a risk, And the thing that you need to do on cryptocurrency is you need to limit your risk. Top 5 video games you played recently from the Spiker Gaming. The Spiker Gaming, they're not going to be games anybody would like. So I have played Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have played Strider, which is a Mega Drive game. I've played Final Fight, which is a SNES game. What else have I played? But yeah, I play games that are probably GTA 5. But I don't really play mainstream games. I like retro. What's the best metaverse project outside of Sun and Mana? I think that Everdome's pretty good. Ultra I have never really properly looked at, if I'm honest with you. But the volume compared with the market cap tells me that this does not have a lot of interest at this level. What's the best way to evaluate what crypto VCs are good or bad? Well, you never really truly know, okay, whether they're good or bad. Look at 3 Arrows Capital. They were a top tier, a tier 1 VC. And now they are Pinky in the Brain, is how people are like just saying they're essentially evil now. So, I can't tell you who's good or bad. All I can tell you is that my crypto VC list is probably the best list you'll find. Right, okay, that is it. I've done my 5 minutes. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your likes. I love you all. Are you concerned for coins that partner with 3 Arrows? Yeah, and I am, and I'm not. I'm not concerned in the sense that those coins that they hold, let's say Solana, Avalanche, Nia, those are cryptocurrency I'd be quite I'd quite happily see go much lower because they've got to liquidate their assets. So I'm not concerned in a bad way. I am happy about it. Right, love you all, guys. I'm glad you were all here. We have done a nice... But I think you get the basic point of what I'm trying to say, which is that, to me, it doesn't seem like it's an environment to be bullish. Yes, the prices are going up. Hold on. Prices are going up. And, we've had a consistent week of, laddering. The price just compacts on each other. And, and there is bullishness around, but should it actually make you bullish for the short, mid, long term? No. Right? What this should make you is kind of fearful of the fact that at some point, these longs are going to be liquidated, the prices are going to go down again, and as far as I'm concerned, we've got a long time period of a bear market, and to have peaked 2 years too early, I think that makes 0 sense. So I think we've got a long way to go. I think we've got further downside to see. And I'm patient enough to see through it. Should worst case scenario happen that we have seen the bottom, which I find ridiculous to comprehend. But should it be the case, fine. I've missed it. I don't care. I will find there's always another train. Remember that. There is always another train in cryptocurrency. Don't be worried if you miss one. I missed Dash. And then I got into Ethos. I made a 320x. I got into Matic, made a 1000x. Got into Binance, made a 900x. It's like... and Solana made a 300x. It's like, there's always a train. Always a train. If you miss it, the good thing is that when you miss it, it makes you more determined to find and hodl the next one. Till next time, people, I love you. You've been awesome, and I've been the Suppoman. It is lights out, all out.